Bam, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel and you're watching Miguel EDC. Today we're going to be talking budget knives. That's right, you saw the title, you saw the thumbnail, you know exactly what we're going to be discussing right here. And we're going to be talking budget knives anywhere between the $30 to $40 range, somewhere in there. Some of these knives are going to be up to maybe $30 or so. Some are going to be somewhere in the middle, and some are going to be closer to the $40 range, right? Like, talking about budget knives, right? We're trying to get the best bang for the money. You're trying to get the best, most functional knife with probably the best steel in the blade, with the most functional blade shape, with the most durable overall materials, mechanism, everything else, locking mechanism, right? Everything else in between, the one that is most EDCable, and everything else there is to go along with that. It is your money, and you're just trying to make your money go as far as you possibly can. Also, guys, all the links for all the knives that we talk about throughout this video, they're going to be referenced in the description. They are affiliate links that do help out the channel at no extra cost to you. And I also have links for all the review videos. Every single knife that we talk about has been reviewed in the channel before. So if you want to dive deeper into any of these knives and learn more, right, don't forget to check the description, or just simply look up the knife name Miguel EDC on the YouTube search bar, and you'll be able to find my review video that way as well. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jumpstart this list right here with the Reich P801. This guy right here, this tank of an EDC knife right there. A couple of pointers on the Reich P801. This guy comes in at around $35, so it's right there in the middle of our range for today. It does have a 3.46 long blade right there, so do know your local laws. It is a little bit longer than 3 inches. The steel right here is going to be a 14C28N, which is a pretty common steel in the budget category, and it's pretty reliable right there for the price. I mean, it's pretty decent. This guy does have a flat grind. It is stone washed all the way around with stainless steel handles as well. If you guys know me by now, I am a sucker for the old metal exposed design. I don't like chrome, but I like when I get a metal exposed knife, if I get the option, or a variant of a knife, and it does offer this version. You bet I'm gonna go for it. That's why I like my CJRB Pyrite so much. 35 bucks, guys. You get a flipper knife right here. Flipper deployment. You could thumb deploy this guy as well. Extremely sharp out of the box, and remains sharp throughout EDC use. If you haven't seen the review on this guy, check it out. I'll put a link in the description. Deep carry pocket clip and everything. Without fully reviewing this knife, I gotta tell you, this is a very recommendable knife. $35. It is a great starter for this list. Check it out at the link in the description. Right? If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask in the comments. But a very solid knife in this $30 to $40 category. Up next, we have the Fleisa folding knife, and this is one of my favorite knives as well in this budget category. This guy comes in at $28. So if you have Amazon Prime and you don't have to pay for shipping, this guy is actually under that $30 range. And what do you get for $28? You get a 3.5 inch long blade here. This is D2, so we're talking about an even better steel than the last knife that we looked at. And this guy is an axis lock with G10 handles, right? If you like axis locks, if you don't have any axis locks, this guy is going to be very smooth to operate. You almost don't have to put any pressure on the axis here to be able to pull it down and drop the blade. That blade is going to be very drop shotty, if you will. And you do have a large opening right here, so you could also reverse flick this guy. Pretty effortless, actually. And you could also slow thumb deploy this guy as well. I mean, it is a very solid EDC knife, and I love it because, I mean, we're talking $28. Like, you really can't go wrong with this guy. D2 blade, and I just love the shape on this guy. I said this during the review video, and I'll keep saying it. It kind of has this Cybertruck look to it for whatever reason that I'm attracted to. So again, affiliate links and review video links are going to be in the description for this guy if you want to check it out or learn more. Moving on to our next option here. It's still in the axis lock category, if you will. This one is also an axis lock, and we're talking about the Firebird Ganso, or Ganso Firebird, and then all these weird letters and numbers right there, which I don't know why knife makers do this, right? Just give it a name or a model name that will stick, right? But this is the Ganso Firebird. This knife right here is actually very interesting. Also an ultra budget knife, so this one comes in at $25 right now. It is actually a pretty good deal on this guy. So what do you have going on this guy? A 3.3 inch blade right there, so that's pretty decent. Again, more than 3 inches. All of these budget knives, by the way, I believe are above 3 inches in blade length, so FYI on that. This guy is rocking a satin finish, very sexy looking blade if you ask me. It is a 440C PVC steel, which again, in that budget category, it is a very common steel right there that you'll see on a lot of knives. And this guy gets the job done for me every single time. I've put it through so many card boxes, ropes, and different cutting tasks that I've had to do during the time that I've been carrying this guy, as well as all the other knives in this video, and none of them have failed me. That's exactly the reason why I'm recommending them as well. So again, review video on this guy if you want to learn more down below. This is a G10 handle there, and it is a axis lock. So if you don't have any axis locks for now, you're looking to get your feet wet into axis locks, this is a good way to start. And I feel like this guy will make it very enjoyable for you to rock an axis lock, dependable EDC knife, very low cost, very budget friendly price. All right, next we have one of my all-time favorites as well, is the Vivi Artist BAM, the Vivi Artist. Let's get that sound again. Bam. It just feels like this knife is ready for anything that you throw at it. So it does come in at the $40 range. This guy, so it's a little bit on the higher end of our $30 to $40 sort of range that we're talking about here. You can see some lines and stuff like that on the blade. That's definitely been through some use, no doubt about that. This Vivi Artist is a 3.25, so 3 inches and a quarter total length on the blade right there. This guy rocks a 9CR 18 MOV steel, very sexy looking blade right there. If you ask me, if you know me, I'm a sucker for satin finish blades. I feel like the Artist just has one of those like very attractive, right? Look how this thing does with light. Like that is very, very nice, and I really like that from this knife. The handles on this guy, even though they look like G10 or what have you, they are fiberglass reinforced nylon or FRN handles on this guy, which is pretty common also on this price range. And again, this has got to be one of the most comfortable EDC knives to hold. It is a liner lock right here, and a flipper, right? So you can flip this guy open. It opens very, very fast, and you do have a liner lock to go ahead and unlock this guy and close the blade. Deep carry pocket clip, and you could do the reverse opening, even though I just fail every single time. But from time to time, I'm able to pull, bam, an opening on this guy, and then about 90% of the remaining of the time, I just fail miserably. But yeah, if you can really master that reverse flick on this guy, bam, it is so satisfying. You can slow open, right, on this guy. If you can get a good grip on it, maybe not. I want to say that detent is so strong on this guy, right? The way it just closes right there, because you have to build the pressure on the flipper tab so you can open it that way. So maybe slow thumb deployment might not be the way to go here, but flipper for sure, and reverse once you master it. If you're looking for a knife that's going to give you a good challenge, look no further than the Vivi Artist. Again, $40 right here, very recommendable budget EDC knife. All right, last but not least, we have the Ontario Wrap Model 1. And for that matter, you might as well throw the Ontario Wrap Model 2 right here. So are you a fan of medium to larger knives? Then you want to go the Ontario Wrap Model 1 route. Do you like more medium to smaller knives, more discreet, or perhaps you have laws in your state that prevent you from owning a larger blade? Then the Model 2 is going to be the way to go. Review videos on both of these in the channel if you want to look in more detail, but we'll just focus on, they're about the same price, by the way. They both come in around that $40 range. Or so. Sometimes you do get them in special for around $35 or less. But yeah, this guy right here is if you get the Wrap Model 1, you're looking at a big knife, very comfortable to hold. This is a Taiwan made knife. All the other knives from before were Chinese made. This one is made in Taiwan. It does have the Aus 8 steel going on the blade. You know, some people love it, some people don't like it so much, but I feel like it gets the job done, and it has been pretty reliable for me. Check out the review video if you want to get more insight on the Aus 8 steel. It does have a nice satin finish flat grind going on the blade, which is very, very nice. I love it, with the Ontario logo going on right there, and the iconic design. This is it's a classic of the EDC community right here, the Ontario Wrap Model 1 and 2 for that matter. You have what looks like G10, but it's not quite G10, and that is the texture nylon 6 handles. That is what you got going on right here. So it feels like G10, but maybe just a little bit more, I guess, less grippy, if you will, but not by a lot. I feel like it still gets the job done, so it's really not a deal breaker for me. They have the ability to move your clip around, tip down, tip up, left side, right side, which is pretty neat. And this thing is built like a tank. All right, look at all those spacers going on right there. That's a little bit on the heavier side, and it is not a flipper or an axis lock. This guy is a thumb deployment only. Bam! All right, but you get really good at that thumb deployment for sure, and that's a very solid thunk. Bam, like that. And then my favorite, the reverse flick. Boom! That is the best way to go ahead and deploy this guy right here. So you get really good at it right there. But of course, thumb deployment on both ends. All right, if you're lefty, I'm not lefty, but as you can see, I can make that opening right there very, very easily with no hesitation, no issues. All right, but that has been it. Again, this guy around the $40 range. Let's bring these guys back in frame here. You guys be the judge. You guys let me know which of these will be your $30 to $40 range pick. And again, some of these are sort of cheating here because they are even lower than that. They're in the high 20s range or so. But is it going to be the Reich P801 with this all exposed metal look to it? Very reliable flipper right there. Is it going to be the Fleisa folding knife with a D2 blade and axis lock? Is it going to be the Ganso Firebird, also with an axis lock? Is it going to be the Vivi Artist right there? Or is it going to be the Ontario Wrap Model 1 or its little brother, either one, the Wrap Model 2? All right, you guys be the judge right there. Let me know. By the way, this guy likes to dance right there. That's a Vivi Artist. Every time I hit the table or what have you, it just likes to dance a little bit. All right, did you guys think of any other budget knives in this category that you would have picked otherwise? So you have your own top 5. Let me know down in the comments. We're going to be hanging out down there in the comments. Let me know what other knives you would have added to this list, or give me some ideas on this $30 to $40 budget range. Let me know what other knife you would have picked or plan on doing different parts to videos like this, or perhaps whatever knife you recommend might be in a future video. These knives are my own knives. I've paid for them with my money and I've had a chance to EDC them like crazy. Hence why I have review videos on these guys in the channel and why I highly recommend them as well. So I feel comfortable recommending them to you guys. I know they're going to be solid and reliable for any task that you throw at them. That has been the video, guys. If you made it this far, you guys are the real MVPs. Love you all. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.